Welcome back to Final Fantasy V. Last time, we went through the Island Shrine and got another one of the tablets. So, here's our setup for today. Got a whole lot of very specific characters this time around. Bartz as a mage, Lena as a physical character, Varus as a bard, which is not ideal, but I've still got her set up to use summons. And unfortunately I had to take a break from Oracle, and, well, I mean I prefer using Monk, but I really want that ABP up. I'm desperate for it.
I was about to say, what do you mean, unfortunately no Oracle? You fucking hate Oracle.
I need to use Oracle so I can stop using Oracle. Alright, so what are the weapons we're going to be getting this time? Unfortunately, I was not interrupted by a shield dragon, which is too bad, because I do kinda wanna fight that thing now that I'm stronger. It would be far easier. Ah well.
Senator Armstrong voice. I'm using Oracle as a job class to get AP up, so I can end Oracle as a job class.
Alright, so let's nab Apollo's heart, because quite frankly, I don't use Bard that often, so this is gonna be the best time to show this off. Effective against dragons and undead, so, you know, it has a very specific use, and there are some tough undead enemies and some tough dragon enemies, so, not half bad. Magus Rod, which is for characters who want to be using black magic. Which, as it so happens, it is not one of the red mage's strongest options, but it's going to be more useful to have this, because it increases spell power. And lastly, for the hell of it, Rune Axe. Alright, and now let's immediately leave, after checking what the Rune Axe does. Not quite as strong as this stuff, but yeah, potentially really good for Berserker, because what the hell else is Berserker going to use MP for? Alright, but yeah, we're going to immediately leave, because I'm very afraid of being judged by the spirits if I try to go for another weapon. I don't want them to think I'm greedy. Alright, so with that, let's go for the other thing we unlocked by going to the Island Shrine, which is over here. There we go. So we've unlocked that tower, but we need a little bit of background first, and as it turns out, background is running around in a panic right here. So here's Mid. Unfortunately, the catapult, which I guess is the name of our base, yeah, that's where that tower is now. So, Cid's trapped, Mid's freaking out. We should help them, but first we'll just speak to everybody in this town, because we didn't really talk to them, after the Earth Crystal shattered. And we need this very good rhyme. So, Tower of Strength is the one on the right, nothing new here. I'm also looking for something specific, because after you get all of the songs, or all of the pianos, rather, something special happens. Except, it's not just the thing you get from the piano itself. You don't immediately learn your final song. Wow, that poem fucking sucks.
Look, Tiger is allowed to rhyme I with symmetry. It's fine.
I mean, Tiger shouldn't be allowed to do much of anything, if we're being honest.
I have to refer to the poem by name because I completely fucking forgot the name of the author.
Alright, so, this is actually where you need to have your maxed out piano skills. So we'll play the last song. Could not have known how to play like this unless we saw, what was it, 8 different pianos, I think? It's a lot of pianos. For that we get Sinewy Etude. And Hero's Rhyme. So yeah, one will increase your strength until Bard gets hit, the other increases level until Bard gets hit, so 2 incredibly good spells. We are missing exactly 1, we will pick that up later. However, first and foremost, we do need to go help Cid. We owe it to the nerds. Alright, so here we are in Fort Tower. Can't believe they're censoring the area name. SMH. Alright, so because both the ultimate white and black magics have to be taken at the same time, we need 2 parties. So, Bartz and Ferris will go left, Lena and Krill will go right. That's why I've set these characters up the way I have. Now, theoretically, you don't have to make them even parties. You could just have 3 of your characters go one way and 1 single character go the other. Not exactly recommended, but, you know, you can if you want to.
Maybe I want to see Krill solo this dungeon.
What if Krill just punched?
Just picture the other 3, like, are you sure Krill will be alright? Oh yeah, she's 12.
She's 12 and she inherited her grandfather's power. She can punch real good. Alright, so we're going to be going through both sections of the tower one at a time, because there's really no mechanic in this game for switching parties. This is the only time we'll really be doing this, unless something happens in the post-game that I'm not familiar with, which, to be fair, I've never done the post-game. So it's entirely possible, but I don't remember hearing about that sort of thing happening. So, as the... well, not Rhymes suggested, this is the route where you just have to use magic. If you try to use any sort of physical, fuck you. Old enemies. Well, goodbye.
Guys just looked really silly running in like that.
Alright, so yeah. In terms of layout, though, this is a very simple dungeon. There really isn't much going on here at all. There are a few chests to pick up, but that's just about it. You also can't miss them unless you're actually trying to miss them. Alright, so, onward with the physical path. So yeah, in case you're wondering what happens if you try to use the wrong thing, it's basically just, counter. So, if you try to physical on the first route, the enemies just say, no, actually, being a nerd here really helps, so get out, and then they'll hurt you real bad.
Well, luckily, it looks like they forgot to put enemies in this time. There we go.
Alright, well, here's some berserkers, and then Krill just comes in out of nowhere just saying, no, I berserk better. Krill's real mad. Wish she would attack the same enemy though. Also getting really lucky with these elemental attacks. Alright, so make sure to heal up now. The boss isn't exactly tough, but considering my setup, I would prefer to just go in and start punching. Alright, take it exactly the same time. Thankfully we can shout real loud. Take it when I do! Got it! What? Alright, so here's boss 1, Minotaur. Hey, remember that one Minotaur in the tomb? I forget his name, but he said he had a brother. This is the brother in the tower he was talking about. So theoretically, like, we could've just skipped this guy entirely. Actually, no, we can't. No, I just realized, no, I'm very wrong about that. You can't skip him. You have to fight the Minotaur. You can skip his brother, though. You can just wind up never finding him in the tomb.
It's very funny with this setup that all your fights just start with a small child punching someone in the face as hard as she can.
Mm-hmm. Minotaur just comes in. Alright, you're not taking the strongest white magic. Oh god, small child! Alright, so yeah, Minotaur's not exactly tough, but again, Krill's raging, so considering she doesn't exactly have any dodge potential, really, it is very easy for her to die if she gets dogpiled on. Of course, a bit of cover does help if you happen to have that equipped, but instead I opted for actively healing with high potions. I also don't want to end this fight too quickly. I know there's one mechanic in place, but I'm just paranoid about ending this fight so quickly that the other one I only get like 5 seconds for. But I'm fairly certain that's not the case, given how things play out. But still. That's why I'm not using Finisher. But yeah, no, other than that, Minotaur is a very straightforward fight. This is extremely beginning of the game. Enemy knows how to punch you very hard and not much else. Core. Oh, what's this? He's gonna use the power of Holy. Oh no, whatever will we do? He doesn't have MP. He dies. Fucking dies immediately. Alright, so we got Holy. That's pretty cool. Now this is a little rude, though. Now you might think you're in a cutscene. If you don't take it quick, the whole tower will blow. You do need to manually press the A button here in order to start this fight. Now because you do, like, bring the magic into yourself, I'm pretty sure you don't have a time limit on this fight based on the previous fight you did. But I'm paranoid about that. I didn't actually unlock the ultimate black magic, so I don't know. Anyway, here's the Rug Wizard. Omniscient here. If you try to attack him physically, he will just reset the fight. There are a couple of ways to go about this one that are easier than just nailing him with Eroga, though to be fair, Eroga is his greatest weakness. The rest of the elemental spells don't really do much against him. But you can always throw up a Reflect, meaning if you've leveled up Summoner enough or are using Summoner, you can just put in Carbuncle, and he can't really do anything to you. You can also use Berserk on him, and then just activate Golem, and then he basically can't do anything to you because he is a Rug Wizard trying to punch you in the face. He's not going to accomplish anything. Other than that, this is just a matter of he's going to fling a bunch of spells at you until he decides to use Flare. So yeah, he can use the strongest magic, unlike Minotaur. You might want to drain his MP or Reflect or whatever, so that you don't almost die from a single magic at the end. That being said though, MP Hammer can miss very easily in that fight.
Couldn't help but notice you set up 2 duos where one half of each duo would not be attacking the entire fight.
I mean, that was more the fault of my paranoia in the first one. The second one was more just I went through a bunch of strategies, and having Bard on support's pretty good, and honestly kind of better than trying to summon with a Bard. Though, if I had leveled summon enough... Oh no! Help, please!
Mid, stop this crazy thing.
Oh god, I've been on this thing for weeks. Anyway though, yeah, like, if I had leveled up Summoner a little more, I could have just carbunkled that fight and it would have been fine. But yeah, I will say though, in the attempts where I did try to use MP Hammer, it is very funny to see the fact that it halves MP after it shows 9,999. He has a lot of MP, which makes the fact that it's very easy to miss with MP Hammer, it makes it so that's not a viable strategy, really. I miss the nerds.
Do you think the animation in that scene was a direct response to the, like, upgrading cutscenes in Final Fantasy IV? Which I remember taking way too long for what they were. And in this, it's just like, well, we only got 2 people, but they're, like, in 6 different places at once, and we're playing the music really fast to imply they're going extra fast.
Yeah, the problem is, I don't remember original 4's versions of those off the top of my head, because I am more used to the DS version at this point. But honestly, yeah, it probably could just be a case of like, yeah, no, we realized that was kind of slow in the first game, so we'll speed it up in this one for comedic effects, but also for your time.
I love text boxes like this because it implies that the controls just look like a Game Boy Advance.
Mm-hmm. It's simplified for Bartz and his fear of heights. He's freaking out enough as is, we don't need to add complex controls on top of that. Also, I can't fight for beans is a very good line. But yeah, this is why I quickly realized, oh yeah, no, Fork Tower is not optional whatsoever, what am I talking about? One of the dungeons is under the sea, and we do need to rescue Cid in order to have a submarine.
Recurring issue with Final Fantasies is that their last world, whatever form that may take, always tend to be kind of underwhelming. I think that 5 does a pretty good job of making this third world feel like very open, almost a little sandboxy, while still having enough interesting things to do in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of things to do, it actually leads you decently well, and we get to touch upon characters that, you know, we hadn't gotten to see, since World 1, like the castle, or the nerds. But it also has a very distinct feeling of loneliness in it after the Void just takes like half the fucking cities on the planets.
Well, I've returned, so you can stop now.
Yeah, we're back. Anyway, this is where I missed Requiem, it's effective against undead. So now we have all of the Bard songs, there we go, complete list. Got a whole lot of complete lists now though, especially with the ultimate black and white magics.
I always forget if that word is pronounced Requiem or Requiem. Requiem for a Dream doesn't sound right, it's gotta be Requiem for a Dream, right?
Really? I don't know, Requiem for a Dream sounds fine to me.
I don't know. I'm not the type of person that ever has to say that word out loud, so it doesn't matter if I know how to pronounce it.
Also, I did go check on Kelger's house. This is all you really get here. We didn't see him die. But yeah, the house is just empty. Damn, R.I.P. Bart's hit him too hard. Alright, well, that'll just about do it, though. Again, we've completed a bunch of magic lists, which is very nice. Next time on Final Fantasy V, I'm thinking we go underwater and check out the next dungeon that's down there. Wherever it may be.